What's up, health advocates? Oop, hold on. Sorry, I think I got a text. Oh, it's from Sophie. Oh, that's so great. She joined a soccer club. That's a great way to connect. So I wonder what's bothering her. Okay. A few of her friends want to skip practice. I think I know where this is going. Yeah. She knows that skipping practice is wrong, but she also wants to fit in. This makes total sense, and I've been here before. I think you and I could put together some advice to send to her. Just let me send her a quick response to let her know that I am working on it. Hey, Soph, I totally get it. Give me a few minutes, and I will come back to you with some strategies. All right, health advocates. Our goals today are to identify 2 forms of peer pressure and explore 3 strategies to resist peer pressure. So I can get some good advice for Sophie. Let's get into it. Based on Sophie's situation, what do you think peer pressure is? You could probably figure it out from the 2 words alone. Peer pressure is when your friends or acquaintances push you to act in a certain way to fit in with them. In this case, Sophie's soccer buddies are pressuring her to skip practice. Now, there are 2 types of peer pressure that we'll look at today: direct and indirect. From what you know about the words direct and indirect, what might be the difference between these 2 types of peer pressure? To give you a hint, Sophie is experiencing direct peer pressure right now. Pause the video here and write down your thoughts. Okay, so from Sophie's situation, you could probably figure out that direct peer pressure happens when someone directly asks or pressures you to do something. In this case, skipping practice goes against Sophie's values, and it's hard to directly tell someone no, especially when you're trying to make new friends. So, what might indirect peer pressure be? Indirect peer pressure occurs when the actions or standards of your peers influence your actions without being asked to participate. Now, this is subtler and more difficult to notice. Maybe you've seen all your friends wearing a certain style or brand, and you felt compelled to buy similar clothes to fit in, even if it's not your usual style or within your budget. Or maybe all your friends are joining a viral trend on social media, and you want to participate only so you don't feel left out. And just to be clear, wanting to fit in is not a bad thing. Humans are built for connection and belonging. However, when someone is pressuring you to ignore your values, or you feel that little nudge telling you that something isn't right here, then that's a sign that you'll need to take a step back and assess the situation. So, what do we do when we experience peer pressure? And advocates, what advice would you give to Sophie in this situation? Let's explore a few options. Our first strategy is to use assertive communication. This looks like saying no, without the need to offer extensive explanations or justifications. Sophie could just tell her teammates that she's not interested and that she wants to attend practice. Solid friendships are built on trust and respect. Her friends should respect her no and trust that she's being genuine. Learning to say no to something is a skill that takes time to learn. You can rehearse or practice what you'll say too. It never hurts to practice ahead of time. The second strategy to use when navigating peer pressure is to suggest alternatives. Offering other fun, safe activities to do instead of the pressured choice can help redirect the conversation. This can show you're still interested in being part of this group, but in a way that aligns with your values. Present your ideas confidently. This turns the focus to something you want to do rather than what you don't. And if you take the lead in planning, you can steer your friends in a more positive direction. Maybe Sophie could suggest that her friends hang out at the cafe after practice instead. Our last strategy is really important. It's to recognize and choose positive influences. If you've clearly communicated that you don't want to participate in something and your peers continue to push you, it's time to take a step back and assess the friendship. Healthy friendships require respect from all parties. It's important to surround yourself with friends who respect your values and decisions. You can also take the first step to be a positive influence in your friend group. By striving to be a positive influence, you attract like-minded friends. Who knows? Maybe there's a teammate in Sophie's group who feels the exact same way about skipping practice, but they're too nervous to speak up. If Sophie sticks to her values, maybe she's setting the positive example that this other teammate might need. I think we're ready to send her some advice. All right, team, great job today. Let's see what we can send Sophie. Here's what I sent her. Okay, first of all, this is a tough situation to be in, and I totally empathize with what you're going through. Doing what's right is most important, and I'm proud of you for recognizing that. So, I think you should, 1, communicate assertively. Don't be afraid to tell them no. 2, suggest some alternatives. Maybe you can hang out at the cafe on a different day. And 3, recognize and choose peers that have a more positive influence. If they won't listen to you when you tell them you're not interested, then it's time to reevaluate if they're the right friends for you. Man, I hope this advice is helpful for her. I know this type of issue is really common, but that doesn't make it easy to handle. Peer pressure is something that we'll all face at some point in our lives, but if we have the right tools, we could face it confidently. Ooh, there she is. I'm proud of her. And I'm proud of you, advocates. We're nearing the end of this unit, so stay tuned to learn more about healthy relationships. Until then, I'm Justin, and remember, prioritizing your health is a choice you make every day, and it's worth it. So keep building that healthy lifestyle. Take care, and I'll see you next time.